Hey YouTube, I'm going to attempt to do a video in the middle of the day while the kids are awake and running around, so we'll see how it goes. I noticed that I haven't really talked about the topic of multiple sclerosis, so I wanted to kind of go there now. Like I said in an earlier video, my husband was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2012. At that point, we didn't know what was going on. All we knew is his legs weren't working. He was having a hard time with bladder. He was in constant pain. He was screaming in pain, actually. And all of this in Las Vegas heat. We were having a mini vacation. Little did we know that the heat aggravates MS. What triggered all this for him actually is he was doing jiu-jitsu and he fell and he hit the back of his neck. And we went to the emergency room after a couple of days because he couldn't walk, and they said he had a spinal cord injury. Then they said he had anxiety. Then they said he had Bell's palsy because part of his face stopped moving. And he was having a hard time keeping food in his mouth because he couldn't close the other side of his mouth. We were referred to a neurologist because of a quote-unquote spinal cord injury. The neurologist did a MRI of his neck, and they found lesions, or something kind of like that. I'm not quite sure if they're lesions, if they're in the neck. They found something in the neck. So they ordered a brain MRI. They did a brain MRI or CAT scan, and they found 10 lesions in his brain. From there, he had a spinal tap, but his spinal tap came back negative. But because of all the other stuff going on, they determined that it was multiple sclerosis. He didn't work for about 4 months because he couldn't stand up, he couldn't walk, he couldn't get out of bed without assistance, so he was home. And slowly he got better. It went into remission. Now it's been a little bit over a year since his diagnosis. He is working full-time after not being able to work. He did have to change jobs, though, because his job was too stressful and wouldn't allow him to sit when he needed to, which is a big part of when you have a condition like that. You have to be able to sit. You have to be able to take a break when you need a break. And what he was doing, he was unable to do that. Like I said, he's been working for about a year, and he's in a different environment. Only some people actually know he has MS. And because you can't look at him and tell that there's anything wrong. A lot of the physical symptoms have disappeared. We are now dealing with emotional changes. His ability to be in situations where he's not comfortable is gone. He could go, physically could go, but he shuts down if he's in an environment that is uncomfortable for him. He can't control his emotions. He can't control what comes out of his mouth. He says some very nasty, mean things. But as soon as he's back into a environment that is normal, home, or somewhere that he's comfortable with, all of that changes. It's like nothing ever happened. He's back to being the sweetheart that he is. So now we've accepted the fact that if there's something going on and we ask if he'd like to go and he says no, not to push it, because if you push it, you're going to have a situation where he's not happy, he's not pleasant, he snaps at people, or he won't answer people when they're talking to him. He just can't control those situations anymore. The same with anger. has a hard time controlling anger, and what he says when he's angry. He says mean things. But we also know that certain situations and certain people trigger him more than other people, and the people who trigger him are the people who usually he doesn't get along with 100%. So I just wanted to give an update. Also, even though I said his physically things are not bad, emotionally it is, and physically some things have changed. He loses his balance easily. He falls easily. Just walking, we laugh at it now. We say he's doing the Dougie, or he's doing a dance move. His legs will give out, and he catches himself from falling on the ground. Sometimes he actually hits ground, and that's not as fun for anybody. He's sore. He's embarrassed. It's not fun for him. But he keeps on going. He still does jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai 5 days a week. He still does everything that, quote-unquote, he shouldn't be doing, because he's not letting it stop him. So I just want to give a quick update of where we're at. If you guys have any questions, I know there's a lot of caregiver support groups for people with MS, but there's not a lot of people who have an MS spouse that are young, that have a young family. So if you are in that situation, you need someone to talk to, feel free just to send me a message. We're pretty open about everything that's going on with us. He's not as likely to talk about it because he doesn't want people to feel bad for him, but that's how it is. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye.